Hello, welcome to Fig Tree Christian. I'm Pastor Melissa, and I'm so glad that you are here today. If you notice when this live video went out, it did not go out at the normal 10 a.m. There is a lot going on in our family right now, but this is the first week of Advent, and I cannot go without lighting the Advent wreath and talking about how I'm going to do Advent this year. For those of you who don't know, Advent are the 4 Sundays leading up to Christmas. They vary in length depending on when that Sunday hits. It's always the Sunday after Thanksgiving for us United States people here. American Thanksgiving, not Canadian Thanksgiving. And we go through 4 themes: hope, peace, joy, and love. Hope, peace, joy, and love. Yes. With the Christ candle being lit on Christmas Eve. I'm going to do things a little bit different this time. I am going to light the candle, and then I'm going to talk about Christmas songs. And this week, it's a doozy. It's one that I do not like at all, and I want to share it with y'all and why I don't like it. And yes, it's a hot take. Half of you hate it, half of you love it. There is no in between. You either adore it or you don't. And I am not among the camp that adores it at all. So let's go ahead and start. As always, I have my child's Advent wreath. I put this out every year. And I got this at Cokesbury at Candler School of Theology when they still had a Cokesbury, because I'm that old. And let's go ahead and light the first candle. There we go. Okay, put this here. It works. This is a new setup from last year. Let's talk about Mary Did You Know? Before we can talk about that song, let's talk about the creator of said song. There are 2 creators. There's the one who wrote the music, and there's the one that wrote the words. And I'm more concerned about the one that wrote the words, so we're going to talk about him. Mark Lowry is somebody that I knew before I realized that he was a singer. I am a child of 90s Christianity, and as such, it didn't matter how liberal, conservative, left, right, whatever my theology in the church was, or what the church's theology was, we were going to get some of the crazy stuff, at least crazy as I understand it today, not crazy as I understood it back then. And we would get things that were created by the Baptist Church, which basically had a say in Christian theology in the United States, as they had the money to be able to put out some big stuff. I'm going to move this right here. I probably sound better now too. I have been doing my $5 prompts, which means that I have set this up so that I can work down. This goes to the side so you can still hear me, but you can probably hear me better now. Mark Lowry I knew because I had seen his comedy shows. Now, his comedy shows are completely and totally 100% innocent. I cannot explain them any other way. They're good old Christian comedy, completely and totally clean, just fun humor, and great for kids. And that's how I would describe it. I knew him from that. So when I realized that he was also a singer, I thought that was kind of interesting. I wanted to know more. I wanted to realize why he was a singer. And I found out that he went to Liberty University. And after college, he did what all singers do that are Christian singers. They go and sing at churches. I did it. I have a music degree. I'm not going to say that I'm Pavarotti or anything, or I don't have like an amazing voice, but I definitely went through the Disciples of Christ churches and sang in their institutions to raise money for the summer camp. So I did it too. So he went to Baptist churches and ended up becoming part of the Gaither Trio. The Gaither Trio basically wrote the Christian pop music for the time. Not the pop music, but the worship music. And I think there's a difference between Christian pop and Christian worship. Christian pop has basically all but disappeared because we are losing our Christian bookstores. And then because the Christian bookstores are there, people aren't listening to these outside of church musicians, and therefore the Christian radio stations are also failing and basically only playing the worship music, which is all that's being written now. for Christian audiences. He sang in the Gaither Trio, and he was asked by, of all people, Jerry Falwell, to write something for their Christmas production. Now, he wasn't asked to write anything with lyrics. He was asked to write words. And he was talking with his mother. And when he was talking with his mother, she mentioned that there wasn't anything that Mary didn't know because she was the mother of Jesus. There wasn't anything that Mary didn't know because she was the mother of Jesus. A couple of years ago, I gave Mary Did You Know some grace because of this very statement. Mary did know. Mary knew before she even realized she was really pregnant. Like she was just told she was pregnant, and Gabriel told her who she was holding in her womb. And Mary exalts. Now that's really the week of joy, okay? So when we're talking about joy in Mary's Magnificat, that's the perfect time to discuss that. Probably shouldn't have picked this song this week, but I'm up in arms and I need to release that energy somehow. So it's going to be with this song. I thought I had seen a video where he said he was discussing this with his child, and his child had questions. And those questions became the song. Mary, did you know? Let me look it up real quick because I feel like we need to know. Mary, did you know lyrics? What he said in multiple sources was not that a child said it. Maybe he was a kid and he asked these questions of his mom, and his mom answer was Mary knew. Mary knew everything. Like, this isn't a question, but he still felt like he needed to ask these questions as an adult. I felt if you put those words in a child's mouth, if a child is singing that, then it suddenly is more acceptable. As an adult, when you, like, honestly, most Christian songs, when I think of when you're singing to Jesus and some of the things that's being sung to Jesus, if I was dying on a cross and some of the things that these singers have sung about Jesus dying on a cross, I would be so offended as a human being. Son of God, okay, God incarnate, fine. Maybe Jesus would handle it better than me. I just won't write songs like that. It's not going to happen. Mary, did you know, takes the authority and the words out of Christ's mother's mouth. It takes away the agency of the woman in the story and gives it to these men who want to sing these questions, but at the same time, don't give Mary a chance to answer. Let's read these lyrics together because they should be read this way. They were first understood within Jerry Falwell's Christmas narrative in between different segments. So this was simply read. So let's do it the way it was made to be done. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This baby that you delivered will soon deliver you. Context. Where in the Jesus narrative is this happening? This is not happening at the manger, so we really shouldn't be singing this for Christmas because it's speaking after the fact. Did you know your son would walk on water? This is either the child that you delivered would soon deliver you is placing this either before the resurrection or I have a hard time seeing this anywhere but right before the resurrection. as in you're talking to a woman whose child is currently dead, and everyone around here, maybe except her, because Mary did know, but everyone except her believes that her child is dead. And not just dead, as in it's dead going to rise again, as in dead, not going to rise again. Everything that Jesus wanted is not going to come to pass. Mental ideas of these disciples. So this is an Easter song in all respects. Therefore, in that respect, this is not to be sung during Christmas. Okay, continue, or Advent, because we're in Advent. Continuing on. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? Oh, post-resurrection. Now we're here. When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. So I believe that in many ways, we do need to understand that not only did Mary know, but we need to be aware that when we sing this song, that we are taking away the voice of Mary. We are taking away her ability to rejoice and giving it to someone else, usually a guy. Sometimes not, because we do have pentatonics, but almost always a guy. If you want a good Mary song, one that I highly endorse, then I suggest Breath of Heaven by Amy Grant. Now, my vocal instructor, if you want to pick somebody that he hates with a red hot passion, it would be Amy Grant. He does not like the way she sings. He does not like her style. He does not think that I should like her at all. That was years ago. He probably doesn't care as much anymore if he's still around. He was not the youngest when he was my vocal coach. But Breath of Heaven at least gives her a voice, a human voice. Now, there's a big portion of the world that believe that she was created to be the perfect vessel for Jesus Christ, and therefore she was born without sin. I think we are all born without sin, but specifically, Mary is a chosen vessel, and I don't believe that. I believe she was a human, and part of her being human is us being able to see the reality of God choosing us, that any of us can be chosen to carry Christ in our own way. For her, it was literally Christ. For her, it was literally carrying the Son of God in her womb. For us, it might be carrying a message or carrying the light. It might be something that's a little bit more subjective than the literal Christ, but still Christ nonetheless. We are the feet of God. I've said that so many times, haven't I? So that's why I hate this song. It's, first of all, Mary did know. The Magnificat makes it very clear. If you look that up, you will see that she is told very explicitly that she knows, and she is also given the means to be able to celebrate, even though everything is happening that is not celebration. Oh my gosh, can you actually hear me losing my voice as I'm speaking live to y'all? Join me next week as we go over a different song, maybe one I like. And go ahead and look up Breath of Heaven and listen to it, because the authenticity of Mary really thinking about what was going to happen and how it was going to happen, and asking real questions that I ask as a mother. Motherhood is hard, yo. Even when they get older, it doesn't get easier. It just gets different. Happy Advent, y'all. And I'll see you again next week. Go in peace.